You know what this headline means to me? Well, let's just read it first and foremost. CNN fact checks Joe Biden on several false, misleading claims he's made while campaigning. You couple that with Twitter fact checking and forcing the White House to delete a tweet about Social Security about a week ago. You know what that means to me? They're getting ready to replace Joe Biden. That's just, hey man, that was one of the clarion calls, one of the warning signs that was out there. The people that are in the know. The moment the media starts to turn on Joe is the moment they start to recognize it's like, he's not exactly as lucid as he used to be. And does he seem a little bit off? Because, oh man, he used to be just a sparkling beacon of health and wellness back in 2020. But now, looks like all the stresses and all of the problems in the White House, man, they're just starting to manifest on this old man. And especially after the midterms and what's going on there. Yeah, man. I think we're getting ready to night old Uncle Joe. So if you listen close enough, you can hear some cackling off in the distance and some very heavy hand rubbing together. But let's just take a look at this one quickly. Okay. President Joe Biden has made several false or misleading claims while campaigning for congressional Democrats before midterm elections, according to CNN. Just then? Because I think that probably started during his campaign for presidency in 2019. Since October, Biden has been out on the campaign trail trying to boost at-risk congressional Democrats as the party loses momentum in the home stretch of the midterm cycle. What? No. However, left-wing CNN, left-wing is an understatement, but I understand. Several instances on Saturday where the president made false or misleading statements in October and November. Claim. Thursday in New Mexico, Biden stated former President Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts only benefited the top 1%. Oh, this was something that this old bastard campaigned on hard during his presidential campaign. Okay, but now you're fact checking it? Huh, interesting. You got him across the finish line, and now you can start telling the truth? A claim he also made this year at the State of the Union address. The verdict, while the tax cuts benefited top earners, yes, middle-class Americans also received significant tax cuts in the following years after legislation was signed. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like everybody knew that and understood that they were doing better under the Trump presidency than they were under the rampant inflation and the exorbitant spending of the Biden administration. 82% of American middle-class households received a tax cuts, and Americans altogether received an average tax cut of $1,260. 90% of Americans saw an increase in take-home pay. The tax cuts raised wage growth by 3.3% and helped foster historic lows in unemployment. Yeah, but don't worry, we got Joe Biden to fix all of those historic lows. Furthermore, CNN, via the Tax Policy Center think tank, noted all income earners in each state received a tax cut. Claim. At a Florida campaign rally on Tuesday, at the same New Mexico rally, Biden claimed that the government had reduced the national debt in half. Yeah, this dumb old cunt actually fucking said that. Can you believe this? Oh, my lord. Oh, we cut the federal debt in half, man. A fact. What? No. How could you? What? Did you? Are you seeking to sue Alex Jones in order to get trillions of dollars? Is that what's happening? Verdict. The claim is false, and the United States national debt soared past $31 trillion for the first time in October. Yeah, it's gone up since Biden's been in office. Just about $10 trillion. Yay. Okay. CNN pointed out Biden was most likely conflating the national debt and federal deficit, which was reduced in half between 2021 and 2022. Yeah, it's a big difference, but don't expect Joe to, know particulars or anything like that. However, even that is also misleading, as the federal deficit was expected to fall in fiscal years 2021 and 2022 after record high pandemic relief spending in 2020. Social Security, yeah, that's where you got fact check on Twitter. Listen, okay, we could continue to run down all this stuff, but more or less, they're getting ready to let Joe just go home to Delaware forever. Okay, they're just willing to drop him off Air Force One, Marine One, whatever you want to take down there, and don't worry, we'll handle the rest. Spend the rest of your days in quiet comfort. Don't call us, we'll call you. You know how else I know that? Hunter Biden's laptop continues to be a hot topic out there. My dad's speaking. You should come meet him. Hunter Biden's ex-business partner is set to blow whistle with explosive trove of never-before-seen messages, photos, and recordings that could expose alleged criminal activity by the first family. Yeah, these stories are starting to come out now, so you can believe whatever you want. I'm just telling you, man. Seems pretty obvious at this point in time. All right, so what do we got? Hunter Biden's former business partner is ready to testify with thousands of new call recordings, text messages, photos, emails, and documents to the congressional probe investigating the first son if Republicans win the House, sources told DailyMail.com. Whistleblower Tony Bobulinski, it's been a minute, had a front row seat to the Biden's family deal with their Chinese government-linked business partners. The explosive trove could expose alleged criminal activity by the first family. Source close to the congressional investigation shared some of Bobulinski's unseen cache of documents exclusively with Daily Mail. Bobulinski's evidence includes audio recordings of phone calls and meetings between partners in the Biden family's multi-million-dollar deal with Chinese oil and gas giant CEFC, WhatsApp and WeChat text messages, emails, contracts, corporation filings, and other documents. So, what do we got right here? Hunter texting Tony, okay, morning, what does your day look like? Lunch over here around 12 work. I'll reserve us a quiet table if it does, and Rob can join us during, before, or after, or we will come to you, let me know. By the way, my dad's speaking Wednesday morning at Milken, okay? You should come and meet with him if you can. Tony, okay, sounds good. I can do 12 over by you. Would you... say a cabana at Peninsula, there's no such thing as Peninsula, but that won't be quite with Milken. How does a crackhead have better grammatical formatting than a former naval officer, or was he a Marine? I can't quite remember. It's been a minute since we talked about Big T. Source declined to comment whether the recordings included Joe Biden. No, he wants to now save those bombshells for Congress. Okay, the Daily Mail, it's nice you're giving them a platform, but come on now. Who Bobulinski claimed was involved in a Chinese deal and even allegedly met with him twice in 2017 to discuss it with Hunter and Joe's brother, Jim Biden. Oh, Jimmy, we just talked about him not that long ago. He's a really experienced builder of homes in Iraq, nowhere else though, but he's really good at that. Okay, some of Bobulinski's materials had already been shared publicly, but he still has a trove of unseen material that nobody wants to look at, huh? Not even the FBI, that's had an open investigation since 2019. Weird. Some of those new materials obtained by DailyMail.com is a group chat between Bobulinski, CFC Executive Director Zhang Jianzhu, and interpreter Henry Zhao on the Chinese messaging app WeChat. Hi, Tony. In the group are director, you, and me. He just asked me to convey several points, Zhao wrote. 1. His best regards to you, Biden family, and our other friends of ours, if you will. Zhao then referred to a $10 million CEFC had promised to put into Biden's joint venture, $5 million directly, $5 million in the form of a loan to their partners. Number 2, the charter capital will be remitted within 3 to 4 days, he wrote. It may go in 2 batches in the trace of $5 million. Please rest assured. The texts are further confirmation that Hunter and his family were in the $10 million deal with the Chinese, as noted in documents set this month by Senators Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson to the Delaware prosecutor investigating Hunter for the alleged tax crimes, money laundering, and illegal foreign lobbying. Yeah, that was the previous video that I did on this one. And what we took a look at there was, it was pretty damning. It looks like they're really setting up something here between the Chinese and Bidens and kind of staying away from the Ukrainians, even though there's a lot of sketchy shit with Burisma there that we can talk about at a later date. I would imagine Director Zhang is a key figure in the Biden deal with the CFC, has numerous close links to the Chinese Communist Party, traveled to Moscow with President Xi Jinping to seal an oil deal with Putin, and reported back on the deal with the Bidens to Xi, according to texts from Hunter. Oh, that's interesting. I think we've seen that before, right? Maybe, or at least that screen at least. Okay. Should I keep pressing? No, he said his chairman, he was talking about his dad, and I think your dismissal of it maybe offended him a bit, but you don't know what he is talking about. Let's go till the morning if we can. Of course, his dad read the agreement. He would support it in a... Can't see the rest of that stuff anyways, okay? But you get the BlackBerry right there, and all that fun stuff. A bunch of pictures as well. Great climbing here. In Moscow, maybe? I don't know. In another previously unseen text message, Hunter invited Bobulinski to meet Joe Biden at the Milken Institute in Los Angeles in May of 2017, just as the Biden's Chinese deal was heating up. My dad's speaking Wednesday morning at Milken. We already read all that stuff. The audio recording broadcast during his interview with anchor Tucker Carlson. Yeah, that was back in 2020, right? That was a short clip in which Bobulinski told of the partners in the Chinese deal, Biden confidant Rob Walker, that he would blow the whistle if the Bidens didn't come clean. If he doesn't come out on the record, I am providing the facts, Bobulinski said in the recording. Tony, you're just going to bury all of us, man, Walker replied. Some of the Bobulinski text messages with Hunter Walker and their British partner, James Gilliar, have also been publicly released back in the day, back in 2020. One of the shocking messages from May of 2017, Hunter indicated that Joe Biden was involved in negotiating the deal with CEFC. 2017, interesting, just after he left the vice presidency. Very interesting. In light of the fact that we are in an impasse of sorts, both James's lawyer and my chairman gave an emphatic no. I think we should all meet in Romania on Tuesday. To go hang out with Andrew Tate. That's awesome. Jeez. Walker then texted Bobulinski on the side when he said his chairman was talking about his dad. And in another text, the businessman Gilliar wrote, do not mention Joe being involved. It's only when you are face to face. I know that, but they are paranoid. Yeah, no doubt. It sounds highly controversial. Controversial, at least. I don't know necessarily what legal ramifications that'll be. That'll be for congressional investigations to figure out. Republicans have been eager to point out to voters that they will only gain the power to subpoena documents and haul reluctant witnesses in for questioning under oath if they gain control of the House in the elections this month, soon. Well, once everybody gets sworn in, so all of this stuff really won't kick off probably until the spring, but sure seems like there's something to this, but I guess we're going to have to figure out once all the cards eventually fall as they may. And ultimately, if Tony Bobulinski can, in fact, deliver the goods. Bobulinski, Bobulinski, Bobulinski. It's just so fun to say. We'll be able to say that more once these hearings begin to heat up. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.